Hello, this is Tom, aka Gedeon, here for Tabletop Taproom, and we are discussing some evidence that has come to light with the Taproom. And so I just want to say up front that, hey, Shadow and Sun, got a few comments here. Hello, Tankar. Hello, Shadow and Sun, OGGM. Appreciate you guys coming by. I need to say up front that I am not going to draw any conclusions because the charges being discussed tonight are so serious, and if I was wrong, that I don't want to be open for like a libel charge. So I'm going to draw no conclusions whatsoever on this, and I've even redacted the name of the witness that was implicated for their protection, just in case there was any mistake made at all, any inaccuracy by this by what was revealed to me in an IM. So hello, Jim Wampler, and well, the world ends at 6:05 p.m. in Maine. It was the Tower Games. Howdy, Shadow and Sun. How's it going? Jim, nice to see you. So this all started. I just did a at the instigation of a subscriber. I did a recap on the TSR overview of it. And then that triggered somebody in the TSR camp coming on my live stream. Yes, not my live. Yeah, my regular Facebook live stream, Facebook stream, and commenting. I had just cleared out all my notifications, and 40 minutes later, there was 57 more notifications from one profile named Sam Ferguson. And this profile was liking and commenting on everything, on all of my posts from May, June, July, and a couple in September of 2023. So these were all old posts, and there was no way anybody was going to see the comments. It was just to get my attention. And then in one of the comments, he was like, yeah, I sent you some IMs. Let's talk. So I didn't see the notifications for the IMs. So I just said, yeah, send me an IM. We'll talk. and then a little bit later, I saw the IMs. Now, immediately I had a suspicion that this was somebody in the TSR, OSR camp of people. And again, I'm not going to speculate who, but there is a circle of people who do not like myself, or like Eric Tenkar, or like Don Samora. So there are possibilities here. So again, we're not going to speculate. But I then said, I says, I should warn Don. I says, there's an alt here. There, it looks like it's an alt for somebody in the TSR camp. So I warned Don. I said, hey, there's this Sam Ferguson, and just be aware, and watch your stream, and be careful. And he was like, wait a minute. He says, I had a conversation with this guy. So he sent me a screenshot of his conversation with Sam Ferguson. And we're going to, let me just get to that. But before I do, let me just say a little bit of business keeping, that let me just say thanks for watching the video. Thanks to my subscribers. You guys are great. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and bell icon and help me build the channel. And we can remove that from studio. So where is my share screen? Oh, give me 1 second to get this up. Open the bribe folder. There we go. We can now share that. And so Sam Ferguson, and it's this, he's got a pesky goblin face. to him here. Sam Ferguson, I've been referring to him as Goblin Face, pesky Goblin Face. So this is not where any of the admissions of a crime happen. This is just the communication happened between Don and this individual. And so it kind of put me on notice, like, oh, all right, this is a hardcore one. So he's like, wah, you kid killer, which is a common thing that comes out of that camp against Don. Tommy the finger sniffer, Eric the turncoat, you suck like losers. Oh, let me just throw out a content warning. There's going to be a lot of vulgar language in some of these posts. And then the very last thing I share at the end, which was something that came as an anonymous email, is probably worse than all the vulgar language. So just let me put that out there to you. So Don here is engaging with this one, and it seems like Don has an understanding who it might be, because he addresses specific things. Interesting, lying about Blackwater, about licenses, tax evasion, bankruptcy fraud, tisk. He does the whole shame, and right away we get the F you, Don. F you, F your wife, which I already have a few times. Let Tommy's wife blank me off. She was not bad, was going to blank Eric's wife, but she was too blind to see it coming. So, I mean, he really responded negatively to the Don shaming him. And he's warned your day is coming. And we get another F you criminal, suck my massive blank. I heard it was small, a little wee thing. The response here is so angry, he can't even spell the F word right. And it's just a string of so on. So I got this from Don, and I saw that it was, I was like, yeah, here we go. And at this point, I began to communicate with pesky Goblin Face. So let me not fall too behind. Oh, and to clarify, let me see Don's comment here. And to clarify, here, I gave Tom permission to show my convo with Sam Ferguson. Yes, thank you for that, Don. Shadow and Sun, hey, OG, what's shaking? OG, howdy. The man, the TSR soap opera never ends. Wait till the last thing I show. Jim Wampler, brought to you by the Grifter, not even as smart as Ken Whitman. Well, that's kind of an insult right there. Please also note that this convo with me happened months ago. Yeah, so this alt's been lingering around and then got drug up yesterday because everything happened yesterday. Wow, so childish. Tankers, yeah, it's so small. She couldn't see it. All right, so we're caught up. Now, I was basically propositioned. Oops, that is not what I wanted to show. Let me get off of that. So I was basically propositioned with a bribe. And, yeah, you know what? Let's show my daughter. Let's go ahead with that. And so as I was reviewing his post, I came across this one, and I thought, because here you can see Sam, it's all family that have commented on it. This is a post of when my daughter graduated from high school. And so, I was like, oh, I'm so proud. Yada, yada, yada. And family and friends all were nice comments. And then I get Sam Ferguson saying, so cute picture. Well, in light of the fact that somebody in the TSR camp who has hidden behind alts and hidden behind fake names has repeatedly attacked my daughter, attacked my wife, there's no way I'm going to let anything pass with this guy. There's no way because he's about to proposition me with a bribe to go to work for him. And how in the hell he ever thought I would go to work for him is just ludicrous. So let me just run down the conditions of the bribe, and then we'll get into the communications that went on and eventually into the crime that was copped to by whoever this Sam Ferguson is. So I was bribed with generously being taken care of. I would be forgiven for my past sins. Oh, forgiveness. Can you put a price on forgiveness, right? I would be introduced to Michael Bean, Ed Greenwood, and Larry Elmore, who would endorse my channel. And then my channel would overnight grow to 100,000 subscribers. And then I was promised an unspecified amount of money. So all of that was my bribe. And all I had to do was lie in a video about Don Samora. So those were the conditions. So here was the bribe, unspecified money. And you know me, I'm a Jerry Maguire kind of guy. You know, show me the money. You know, don't promise me you're going to take care of me. Oh yeah, I'm going to give you money. No. Show me the money. I don't bite on any of this. That was the promise. And I'm mindful of the fact that, oh, so cute. That doesn't wipe out all of the attacks against my daughter and my wife. Not at all, not by a long shot. So this is these are the IMs from Sam Ferguson. There's quite a few of them before I realized he was IMing me. And then I responded to him. So he starts out with, "Hey man, I got a story for you." He's doing the pretext of, "Hey, I'm a disinterested party. I just want you to know about this thing. Got a story for you. You seem to be a real switched on guy." I don't know what being a switched on guy is, but you know what really does switch me on is black coffee. And so if you want to be a switched on guy like me, drink black coffee. But apparently I'm a switched on guy. Don Samora, the criminal publisher, has a felony warrant out in North Carolina for him now, as he lied in the bankruptcy court. Let's just deal with that for a quick second. I'm on the federal database for court cases. I'm also I got tabs open for the North Carolina database. I get emails from North Carolina on new whatever's happening in court. As soon as it's filed, I get an email. I open it up and look for certain names. And so this is not true. It's easily checked. And last night, Don did a live stream and I was in chat. And this individual came on as an account called GL Lenser and started in again. And I was like, "Hey, give me the docket number. I'll look it up live on Don's show and I'll out him." And he never did. It's this docket number, police report number, anything. I'll look it up and I'll out Don on his own show live. Since you're desperate for me to do this, to do a show on him and reveal what a criminal he is. He never gave any of that. I mean, he's got no proof. So he then says he's being arrested soon. Also, the court found out he stole from TSR Hobbies and lied on invoices. You need to make a video about that today. Be the first on this SCOP. I think he means scoop, as others will be posting about it. Nobody's posting about it. You make a video now and you can beat the rush, as everyone will be doing stories on the criminal now. No, they're not. So here I had to redact the name. Tom, I've been posting on your page. Need to talk to you. Willing to get you in contact with the person who has Star Frontier's license. We all know who that is. That is Justin Lanassa, is the person who claims ownership of the Star Frontier's license. And I think this, and that's public record. And I think this person would work with you if you agree to make certain kinds of videos helping him. Without an apology to my daughter and my wife, how did he ever think I was going to work with him? You see, this person is generous and takes care of those who take care of him. Reach out to, I had to redact the name. We're going to go with the name John Doe number 1, or just John Doe. There is no number 2 in this video, but I had to redact the name. I was instructed to reach out to a certain person, tell him, code phrase, Gygax's house lives new. he will know that I reached out to you, and ask him about how well Justin takes care of those who support him. Do it. I can help you. Lanassa helps those who do right by him. And then the dollar sign. So an unspecified amount of money. He's going to help me. He will be generous with me. I'm going to skip to the next panel because it's the full thing here. It says, remember lies from others and infect. I think he meant infect you. I know that and forgive easily. It's interesting here how he bounces between first person and third person. Justin is forgiving, and then he's like, I know that and forgive easily. Tenkarp is going down with his lies when his lies are exposed. Samora is going to prison. You don't want to be associated with all that. Blank, John Doe, was smart and got rewarded. John Doe was smart and got rewarded. Up here, oh, back it up. Over here, we learned that, oops, not that one. That John Doe, he will then know I reached out to you and ask him ask him about how well Justin takes care of those who support him. Those two things taken together, this person is intimately acquainted with how well Justin takes care of those people who support him. And in the next statement, he was rewarded. What's interesting, and I can't reveal who, but this person is a subpoenaed witness in a court case. He was due to testify against Lanassa. So there was attempted bribery of me, but now there is a bragging of, I have bribed this person. I have rewarded this person. And yeah. So should have shipped yourself to my place. Cal Valoni, I'm currently hiding in a cardboard box in my backyard. Actually, Don's got a yurt in his backyard. He's probably hiding there. I know you're sheltering my order. And so bribery charges. Yes, OGGM, bribery. But more than that, there's an implication here of wire fraud has gone on. But I'm not a legal expert. I'm going to leave that for the appropriate officers of the court and the appropriate law enforcement officials to sort this out. I'm just reporting on what I have found. And it does look like bribery, wire fraud, witness tampering, because this witness apparently has been turned from being a witness in a federal case where he was due to testify against Justin Lanassa. So this is a serious charge, and that's why I'm being very careful to say I don't know who this person is making this brag. Have suspicions, but I'm not going to say them, and we're definitely being careful to protect John Doe's identity because he is being implicated in a crime. So again, we get back down to more of my bribe going on here. He's like, S'more's going to prison. You don't want to be associated. John Doe was smart. He got rewarded. Your channel on YouTube can grow with help. And I know a lot of people who would subscribe, and big names like Michael Bean from Aliens. Can you imagine him endorsing your videos? Also, people like Larry Elmore and Ed Greenwood, who Lanassa is very close to. If they endorse your channel, imagine the instant subscriber increase. You could easily be 100K subs. Just do the right thing and block those losers and scum grifters. You have said bad things, yes, but you have a chance to make them right. He's gonna forgive me. Forgive me, Justin, for I have sinned. It's been 2 days. 2 days since I last did a video on you. Yeah. So I'm ordered, all caps, report on the following today, ASAP. Don Samora. So this is a lie. It's totally not true. I didn't have to look into it, but I did my due diligence, checking with them. And by the way, concerning Larry Elmore and Ed Greenwood, I'm already friends with them. I've already had several conversations with them on multiple different occasions. I don't need to be introduced to them. As for Sean Bean, sure, if you want to introduce me to him, love the guy. But yeah, and 100K subs. I went and checked out this, who I suspect this individual to be. I checked out their YouTube channel. They got like about 300 subs. So I don't know how they're going to get me 100K in subs when whoever this person is, who is a member of the TSR camp, they can't even get one of the TSR YouTube pages over 1,000. Okay, and that YouTube account's been going for years, and it's still stagnant at 300 subs. And I'm one of them just because I monitor what they put out. So let's catch up before these get away from me. OGGM, come to Site B. It's international waters, and I need some friends to game with. All right. Yeah, and nice warm country too, from what I've heard. If I'm correct about what country you're in, yeah, nice warm country. Wizard Tower Games says the idiot who runs all these alts accounts should put as much effort into making games, or at least create something as they do being a weenie online. If they did that, imagine what they could do. Yep. I mean, it would be a good. They would need a good dictionary and also manuals. Yeah. Probably some editing. They probably need to hire an editing. Keith, the Gamer Geek, welcome to the show. I doubt very much Larry Elmore and Ed Greenwood have anything to do with him. Yeah. And I will never stop being fascinated by how bullies invariably accuse others of the very things they're doing to people. That is so true. That is so true. And finally, just as way of clarification, my attorney did check both the state of North Carolina and the bankruptcy court, and there's no warrant, not even an investigation regarding me. Handy to have an attorney who could do that. And so yeah, the marshals are kicking down your door anytime soon. And Tenkar, aka Eric Steen, disgraced ex-cop, internal affairs, who all cops hate, soon will be made to pay millions. I want to speak to this. Disgraced ex-cop. He's a retired cop, and he's in good standing. He still collects his pension. And AI. All cops don't hate AI. I have a disabled, retired state police officer friend in Massachusetts. And he has little love for corrupt cops. And so, his opinion is AI is internal affairs, IA, is all right, because their job is to go after corrupt cops. Nobody likes a corrupt cop. Good cops don't like corrupt cops. And us civilian lay people, we don't like corrupt cops. We don't like seeing somebody who thinks they're above the law. So, I mean, this is just a junk statement from him. I don't know if you can see it on there. And then, so he orders me again, report this to might. I think he meant tonight. And you will be introduced to Ed Greenwood and Larry Elmore and Bean, and they will do special, not just regular, special endorsements on my channel. Make a video today. I can help you. Interesting how he switches back to first person. Imagine a Silver Wall Award on your YouTube virtually overnight. And so virtually overnight. Suggestion, PM OSR Games, they will, I bet, work with you as long as you publicly renounce Tenkarp and Scamora. Wow, he's so good with the twist on the names there, right? So this was my response. I didn't realize he'd been IMing me. And so this was my first instant response to him. Let's not dance around it. You and I both know who this person is that you refer to, the owner of OSR Games, is a matter of public record. Say the name if you want to continue talking. I wrote hooter. I meant to write shooter. Trying to type fast. So I'm a straight shooter. I am not a hooter. I have never worked at Hooters. You should know that from my record. Tell me how it is that you can confidently speak for the owner of OSR Games, because he's presenting himself as not the owner of OSR Games. And don't pull this, do that, do it now, because I said so. Don't pull that with me. Who do you think you are who do you think you were talking to? Tell your trash mouth master to go F himself or make a real offer. I wanted him, I was not looking for him to make a real offer in money, because I was like, oh geez, that's a lot of money. I wanted him to come out and put down a number, because I think I wanted him to come more out in the open. And so, but he didn't do that. He sends me to John Doe to have John Doe tell me how generous Justin Lanassa could be with me if I agree to this blackmail. So that's what I said. And the instant reaction is, he did not like me saying, go tell your master to go F himself, I think. So your only record you got, Tommy Boy, is hidden sex crimes. Let's stop right there. First of all, there are no hidden records of sex crimes. You get put on a registry. It's pretty much nationwide now, state to state. The rules are different for each state. So if you're convicted of a sex crime, you're on a registry. And here in Maine, when the registry first came out, and I just checked it to see who was living around us here in Auburn, and they tell you what the crime was. It was people they were drinking at the bar, they walked outside drunk, and they decided to pee. Well, an officer saw them. It's public urination. That was considered a sex crime. It was like, they had like 3 degrees, but he still got on the list. That's kind of a Mickey Mouse one, and I'm not condoning public urination, but that was kind of a Mickey Mouse one. And so you could end up for very small infractions on the registry here in Maine. So that's number one. Number two, this use of Tommy Boy, where he calls me Tommy Boy. Way back when I began to suspect a certain individual was betraying us and reporting to Justin Lanassa, I began to feed that person bad information, just to see if it came back to me through Justin Lanassa. And one of the things I fed him was that I did not like being called Tommy. And within 2 days, I had an anonymous email being called Tommy from somebody. And so, this is just evidence of whoever that John Doe person that I began to suspect was reporting to must be this person behind this. But I don't know for sure who this is. I'm calling it Sam Ferguson, or it's, pesky goblin face. So this little use of Tommy Boy, very telling, very interesting to me. The rest of his statement is, I try to help you and like criminal Samora and 10 Carp, the shamed cop. You think you can be this way to me? How dare you be this way to me? That's just choice. Let's get something straight. You are next in federal court. Somewhere around here is my Sued Dudes t-shirt. I've been threatened with federal court so much. I'm like, okay, whatever. You think I try to offer your shit channel help and you turn your back on me? Back on that? Loser like you on welfare, no money, cow of a wife. What is it about you? Now, watch this statement. What is it about you, Donnie, and the pig? He does not understand our relationship. I'm going to get to that. He's completely boggled by it. And it's because he doesn't understand friendship. He doesn't understand trust. He only understands that he has to bribe people, that he has to pay people to be his friend, to support him. He had to reward John Doe to support him and to flip and no longer be a witness for Watsy. So and that is his approach. He's trying to bribe me. He has obviously bribed John Doe, and he does not understand friendship. Not at all. Absolutely amazing. So, the pig, you all three are like fat, lazy women, and all your kids are defective. Hey, he's going back to attack on my daughter. F you, Tom. Hope you like court. Hope you like being bright, loser, trash. I think he meant broke because he used broke in the next line. Broke, loser, shit YouTube channel. And so I asked the obvious question. If I'm such a broke loser YouTube channel, why are you begging me for help? Really, seriously, why is he coming and begging me to help him and bribing me, offering me money and recognition and fame to support him? And then I started getting a little nasty. I started, getting a little bit in. I'm like, loser like you can eat shit out of my septic tank before I ever help you. Money talks, BS walks. And then that set him off. Loser, dude, I spend more money on a dinner on Friday night than your welfare ass makes in a month. I think I've heard that one before. At this point, he began deleting and unsending all his messages. It's okay, because obviously I had screenshots. You're jealous of real men, Tommy. Real men do what they say, walk the walk, and you talk. Well, here's the thing. He keeps saying he's having Don Samora arrested. What are we up to? 24 times? Don, have you kept track? I don't know. 24 times now, a couple dozen times he's threatened to have you arrested, and it never happens. So somebody's not talking the talk. So I kind of needle him a little bit here, and I'm like, talk about losing. Now I wrote here, you're going to own 10 car. I was typing fast. I meant to write O. You're going to owe 10 car and Wizards both legal fees. I hear the Watsy legal fees are in the area of 1 million. Now, obviously, I think I know who I'm talking to here, but I really don't, because it's Sam Ferguson, pesky goblin face. I don't really know who this is for sure, because they're hiding behind an alt, and that I just don't know. So I was trying to type that fast because I wanted to put all of the screenshots in there and send them to him to let him know his little antics trying to unsend messages weren't going to do anything for him. So he goes back to, your kid is a retard, Tommy, and your wife is a fat cow. And I had to redact something here because I then kind of got a little bit out of line, and I said something about his wife. And I kind of regret that. I don't wish that upon her, what I said, that she would do something to be able to feed her kid while he was in prison. And it was out of line. And I'm a big enough person to say I was wrong. But, it set him off, all caps again, F you. And enjoy federal court, welfare boy. And I taunt him a little bit more with, come on, you can do better than that, with the insults. F you is so unimaginative. I was like, I've known people who could swear better than him. And so I was just trying to call him on it. And then I let him know, don't worry, I'll mail your wife a case of grits so your kid don't starve while you're in the pokey. And, and then I could not resist. Now, this next statement, I said this with malice of forethought. And I very carefully crafted this statement because I mean it one way, but I was dangling it like bait, and I knew he would take it and run with it. And this statement, I said, by the way, and I just couldn't resist. It was just me poke the bear. I says, what could you have offered me more than I already get out of my relationship with Eric and Luke? You are a joke. and he takes the bait and runs. Thanks for the proof that Luke was the payroll man. Losers like you always hang themselves when given enough proof. Thank you. Well, look at what I wrote. What I get out of my relationship with Eric. What do I get out of my relationship with Eric? I get friendship and I get respect. And they're of greater value to me than anything he could have offered. And what do I get out of my relationship with Luke? Now, Luke and I are acquaintance friends. We are friends on Facebook. We have chatted. Asked advice of him. He's given me advice. We have kibitzed a little bit. I don't know. I think maybe Luke might be humoring me a little bit. I don't know. But I count him as an acquaintance friend. And acquaintance friends are good because they could always turn into a closer friend. So I value that relationship too. And I said this way just to stick the knife in because I knew it would put him over the cliff. I just had a suspicion he would drive right off the cliff with that because that's come out of new TSR so often. The whole Luke is the bag man for Watsy. And I think I missed some. Look at that. I've been missing some things. Now, I'm going to actually try to get caught up. Where was I? I'm just going to, all right, we're going to go here. Shadow and Sun, ditto, Jim. And then OGGM, I live in a small island off the coast of Costa Rica. Honest. Yeah, that's what I thought where I thought you lived was Costa Rica. I actually have a very good friend from college, was native born Costa Rican, got American citizenship. Great guy, Jimmy Cabrera. Love that guy. So yeah, international waters. Is it warm there? I'm freezing my butt here. Yeah, we got a lot of snow and rain last night. Jim Wampler, protection at its finest, projection at its finest. Yes. I think what he wanted was you to make a video and make an ass out of yourself and by proxy ruin your credibility as a possible witness. Yeah, I mean, my brother would have flown down from Alaska and said, why are you getting in bed with TSR after the way they treated my niece and my sister-in-law, your wife? He would have slapped me, because, I mean, I could lose everybody's respect in the world. Very few people I really care about their respect. My wife, my brother, very few people in this world. You could be like, I don't respect you anymore. But okay, water off the duck's back. But the few people in the world I really care about their respect. I gotta be able to look my brother in the eye. I gotta be able to look my wife in the eye. Everybody else is negotiable. But you're as wise as an owl. Oh, did I read Dawn's thing here? Yes, I did. And then Fred Flynn. Bullies and narcissists are the first to accuse others of what they are most guilty of as a means of deflection. Bullies can dish it out, but they can't take it or give it back. It's unfair. Yeah. And Sue Fuller, when you threaten people, be sure to have lots of typos to be. Oh, that's funny, Sue. So here's, I want to be very careful. I don't know who this is. I am preserving all my unredacted screenshots for any officers of the court who are interested in pursuing this matter or any appropriate law enforcement who are detailed to look into this matter, because I think what we have going on here is bribery, wire fraud, witness tampering, and the attempt to get me to the attempt to bribe me to attack to attack Don Samora is more harassment, is more of that campaign of harassment against him, which is illegal by court order. There is an order in the Watsy case preventing that from happening by anybody in the new TSR orbit. Anybody does it, the blame goes on Justin. That's the way I read that order. So, so whoever this is that is doing this, they're just heaping coals on Justin Lanassa's head. I feel bad for Justin if it's not him, because that's whoever's doing this is certainly causing trouble for him. So these were the crimes. And wow, we are 40 minutes and I've gotten through all the. I did this video off camera, trying to just do it as a recorded video that I'd throw up. It took me an hour each time. So 40 minutes, I got through all of that. I can't believe it. Now, the last thing that happened, where are we here? This is not going to appear good on the screen, but at 9:16 last night, after Don Samora's live stream ended, I got an anonymous email. And again, let me just say, what I'm about to read is worse than any of those strings of profanity that we just went through. So I mean, this is racial. I mean, this is just bad crap. I never thought this was possible, but here we go. Oh, geez, how am I missing these comments? Eric, I now know what you go through. Thank you. Well said. Shadow and Sun. Yep, this guy needs some serious therapy. OGGM Pinkerton showing up at Tom's store. Actually, I just think that somebody needs to investigate this, because it certainly seems like somebody has rewarded a witness to flip and support the person they were supposed to testify against. And the evidence is there. I don't know who it is, but certainly a federal law enforcement agency could subpoena and get the receipts from Facebook. So OGGM, warm today. It's nice. You guys know I do the weather every day. My streams. Yeah. A little bit jealous, OGGM, sometimes. Cold and windy here and rainy too. Yeah, it's just nasty. I had to shovel slush to make channels for the water to drain. OGGM, I am all for WotC sending Pinkertons to Lanassa's door. That would be a possibility. I don't think any of us would cry over. For sending magic cards. All right, that was funny. Keith, the gamer geek, right? And OGGM. By the way, you all know I live in California, and the Costa Rica thing is a running joke. Okay, so you still got warm weather, but I'd visit you in Costa Rica. I'd take a road trip with my friend Jimmy. I love his ethnic food from South America, but I do live in California too. So let's get to this anonymous email and throwing this up. I'm going to throw this up as big as I can make it. And right here at the beginning, I'm going to read it, and I apologize. Jew trash like you deserve an oven. Full stop. I mean, are you kidding me? You think people give you a chance to be decent, and instead you support a criminal and a cop snitch? So clearly this anonymous email is the continuation of the conversation I've been having with Sam Ferguson. Your smart mouth and Don the Con's video makes you a big man. Sorry, Don can pay people to comment on his videos all he wants, but trash like you, Hitler had it right. Also, keep your hag in place. She needs to keep her mouth shut. She needs to keep your mouth shut about me. Dude, you had to know that I was going to cover this. But Jew trash deserve an oven, and Hitler had it right. I think he's riffing off the fact that I made a big deal. I made a big deal about Dave Johnson with his post that he put on Twitter concerning Hitler was right. You know in your heart Hitler was right, that post. And so I made a big deal about it. in videos where I covered Dave Johnson. If you don't remember, Dave Johnson was the Nazi game designer for new TSR. And, so I think he's, maybe I made a positive comment on a Jewish friend's page, and so now he's equating me with a Jew. I'm actually French Canadian. You can trace my lineage back 10 generations to the indentured servant who came from southern France to Montreal, Canada, and served 1.5 to 2 years for somebody with the last name of Boucher. And then because he was a skilled artisan. And then after that, he bought his own farm and raised a family. And but I'm French Canadian, 100%, both sides of the family. And I'm not Jewish, but I do have Jewish friends, and I do support them in their recent troubles. And I also have some Muslim friends, but I think that's why he's going off here. And Tom lives in California. Let's go visit. And Shadow and Son, me too. Would find a way to hook up for a game. And then Keith Gamergeek. In all seriousness, this makes me sick. I apologize. I know that this stuff is really, really bad. And that's why I said the ugliest part is not the crimes. And Rustic Ray, he must have been way hammered when he wrote. Chemical adjustments to the brain probably helped write that. In all seriousness, this is foul and just needs to stop. And here's the good thing, is we have turned the corner with court cases. The bankruptcy filing was the best thing he could have ever done. Absolute best thing he could have ever done. It has triggered so much that's going to just put him away. And, now this, if he was behind this, this is prosecutable. Witness tampering, wire fraud, bribery. I don't know all the charges. You know how they like to just tack on one charge after another. So much could be added on, but that's up to federal law enforcement. A federal law enforcement officer to investigate, I'm sure. And I imagine that. Lauren Rainwater, who is the lead attorney for WotC, would be interested in this, because this clearly indicates somebody has paid off the person she expected to testify as a witness, and that person is not Don Samora. But again, because it's such a serious implication, I redacted their name. We don't want to reveal them. What we really want is for either officers of the court or the appropriately designated law enforcement to investigate this, because to me, it's serious. It's a serious crime. I mean, court of public opinion on the anonymous email is he's gone. Nobody who hears what this email said is ever going to support this guy. It's just nobody. He's gone. But 2024, I believe, is the year that these court cases begin to domino. The first one will be Eric Tenkars, just off of what I read in the most recent filing from the judge. He set dates. The plaintiff's lawyer will do this by this date. The defendant's lawyer will do this by this date, and then this will happen by this date. And I think we're winding up to a conclusion in that case. That'll be fun to watch. Then next up will probably be the Wizards of the Coast case. And last of all, the bankruptcy. And I can't predict how these things are going to end. I think Eric's due for a nice payday, for sure. And Cultic Ray, no one needs to give their whole lineage to explain themselves to a piece of garbage like this. Yeah. All right. My apologies. Yeah, no, but like I said, we're French. I have friends in all religions and denominations. And some of them are Jewish, some of them are Muslim. I have some great Muslim friends back in East Boston. But right now I'm definitely, and I think he might have been researching me, and he might have seen some comments I put on a Jewish friend's post. And that's why suddenly he came out with this trash deserves the oven. That's where I think that comes from. So seriously, we should find a way to meet up in mini CaliCon. Hey, that'd be great. I wish I could get out to California like that. And based on the email, hate crime enhancement. Well, I don't know, but I certainly will not be surprised if I get a knock on the door from the appropriate federal agent. My college roommate is a federal agent. He's not somebody who would investigate any of these crimes, but I might just give him a call and say, "Hey, this is what I'm looking at here. What do you think this is? What do you think about these things?" I should probably give him a little ring and pick his brains. Someday, Shadow and Son, I'm down for a game. And local 433 Gumby. Damn the time zone. Greetings all. I apologize, dude. Short notice on this where I decided I had to go live. So unless anybody's got a question or a comment, that is all the content I have. I had a few more screenshots showing his comments where, I did a post about Star Frontiers. He's like, I like Star Frontiers. And then, there's a couple of posts like that. And so I was like, oh, he's trying to butter me up. In one post, he said, "You're a good vlogger." And I had so planned to show that post, that comment, and say, "See, you've heard it here. You've heard it from Sam Ferguson. I am a good vlogger." So where are we here? 10 reasons to not post or email while partaking in legal or illicit illegal intoxicants. I think Tom has listed a baker's dozen or more. Thank you, Eric. Keep us posted. Lanassa's court cases are not going well. I don't know if anybody knows, but did I cover this? The judge basically told his lawyer in the Eric Stina case to his last filing. He wanted to do I want to correct it. He's like, yeah, you're going to correct that so that then they can then file for a dismissal. It was the ultimate teacher telling you, you need to redo your homework. And by the way, you're still failing even when you redo it. It was the ultimate. And it's just, I'm reading it laughing going, this can't be what I think it is. And I've checked with somebody who's more legally astute than me, and they're like, yeah, that's kind of what it looks like the judge is saying. So, I mean, these things are just falling apart horribly. Cultic Ray, thank you. And then Keith Gamer Geek. I like Star Frontiers, says the guy who produced an absolute trash version of the game that is a slap in the face of real Star Frontiers. Dude, you could not have produced a worse copy of Star Frontiers than Star Frontiers New Genesis, which was unplayable and had such racial crap in it. It was just outrageous. If they had ever published it, I was buying a copy to mail to the NAACP, to a copy for the Southern Poverty Law Center. I was going to be sending it out to people who would make a stink and get it reported in the national news media. And saw all of a sudden there'd be national scrutiny on him. I was poised to buy 2 copies. and mail them out to those organizations just to make sure, because those organizations would have the reach to bring that national scrutiny on him. But it never got published, and there's an injunction against it getting published until the WotC case is over. So that's how it goes. There's no way you could have done worse than that version of the game. It's absolutely horrible. But thank you anyways. Thank you for coming on the show. And again, I want to say thank you to everyone coming on the show. This is the meltdown. I didn't expect it. I really did not expect a day later to be fencing words with him. So yeah, he violated a cherished game I still enjoy. His name is offensive. That was my fear. That was my fear when the first announcement went out. Oh, somebody's reprinting Star Frontiers. Oh, I wanted to be involved because I was afraid that it would be somebody who did not love and respect the game. And obviously, as a writer and editor for the fan magazine, I probably qualify as somebody who loves and respects the game. So yes, Keith, you are welcome. And yeah, I will continue. Continue to do this until Eric's hands are unshackled, and then I might need to take a break from Justin Linares and TSR. I'm like so ready to be over him, and I knew things I could have reported a couple weeks ago, and I just was, I'll hang on to it. I'll save up. Justin will do something. Something will come out, and I'll just put them all together, package them, and wow. This was just too much in this. I had to report on this because it looks like a crime to me. I could be wrong. Maybe it's completely innocent, but it looks like a crime to me. And I think this needs to be investigated. And I hope I have done justice to not say this person did it. Tried to cover the implicated witness who may or may not have taken a bribe. But certainly law enforcement needs to investigate. But again, thanks for watching. Thanks to my subscribers. You guys are great. Don't forget that like, subscribe, and bell icon. Help me build the channel. Hey, 100,000K. I got to get there. I've been promised by TSR. They're going to get me 100,000K. We got to get there. Peace to you too, brother. And keep on gaming.